Welcome to another Urban Outdoorsman SoCal video. My name is Danny Milton, and today I'm in Aliso, Viejo. It's the first time I've had a chance to come up here since the California floods of 2019. The trails just opened a couple of days ago. There's still a couple of trails that are still closed, like Car Wreck and Mathis. But I'm going to be going down Rocket Trail today, doing kind of a detailed overview of it, giving some different camera angles, kind of talking about how I go through certain sections. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a professional. I've never taken any lessons like that. This is just what I've learned, watching YouTube videos and, trial and error, stuff like that, and we'll see how it goes. Don't forget, if you're watching this video, please give me a thumbs up down below. I really appreciate it. And if you learn anything or like this video, please think about subscribing and sharing these videos for me as well. Thanks a lot. All right, so this is the beginning of the single track part. I usually go relatively slow through here. It's very narrow, there's a lot of high brush, and there always seems to be some hikers going in the opposite direction. And if you come around a corner too fast, there's a bunch of blind turns in this area. You're gonna run right into somebody, which is not a good plan. So usually kind of take it easy through here. Most of the time, if I'm trying to go fast, I have my bell on like that, but I don't want to compete with the sound of the bell and talking right now. Little rock garden right here, nothing major. How you doing? Thank you. Just me. It's actually pretty soft through here. There's a lot of sand. A lot of sand. Oh my gosh, right there. Gotta be careful. You'll see the sand coming up. Just get your weight off the front tire a little bit. Just kind of roll through it straight. Don't try to turn too fast. You'll wash out your front tire. Sometimes too, you have to look out. There will be the occasional mountain biker going the opposite direction. Just like this, just like I said. Keep going, keep going.
I already went up 5 rows from back.
Oh, really? Wow. Right? Yeah, you too, man. So this top part, just some little rocks here and there. Going kind of slow so you can kind of see a little bit better on the camera. Drone's following. You don't want to, kind of want to stay on the right. You'll see all the tire marks and stuff. So this is the top of the Nar Garden. That's what Strava calls it. This first time I'm going to stay on the right hand side here. It's a little bit smoother. This part has some rocks here. You can just kind of go nice and slow. Get your butt off the seat. Get it back behind the seat. Just kind of cruise along this side section here. Got some dirt right here. Drone's still following, we're good. Got some dirt. Try to stay out of the branches, you don't want to cut your arm. Just nice and easy, this is all rollable. Dirt's a little soft from the rain. Not too bad, you can kind of just stay down in the bottom of this rut. Stay away from those big boulders. You can see the Nar Garden part on the left of me. We're just kind of cruising down this easy section. Just stay on your back brake, stay off your front brake. Right here, you want to get back off your seat a little bit. Definitely drop your post down. You can stay right here along the right in the dirt. This part's a little chunky. All right, we're at the top section of the Nar Garden. I'm off to the side a little bit. I don't want to get hit by anybody. This section's a little tricky. It depends on how aggressive you want to be. You know, you can always come down, which is the left side of the camera right here, and it's a lot smoother. There's a little bit of dirt and stuff. You can come down kind of this middle section, which is where I normally come down. I don't think you want to be over here on this right side of the camera. It's pretty chunky through there. Most people come down this middle section. So like I said, you kind of want to stay down this middle part of the section here. It's pretty chunky. Just kind of follow, you know, speed is your friend. Obviously you don't want to be going too fast and lose control, but you kind of want to go down either this part right here, which is what you're going to see is pretty smooth. That's what most people ride through. You can kind of come through this part, but then it gets chunky right in through here and down to where my feet are into this here. So basically that right line coming down through that. I'll take some pictures from the top and you can see it's actually a little bit lighter color. The rock is a little bit lighter color because of all the tires going over it. Kind of rubs off a lot of the color of the rock. See, so you don't want to be right here in this part. Definitely not this part because it's super chunky and your tire is going to grab. You want to be on this line right here. You can actually almost see like the tire tread going through there. Right through that section. It's still a little bumpy. There's no big rock drop-offs or anything. I mean, not more than a couple inches. Like I said, you just want to stay on your back brake, feather that front brake a little bit, and you'll be fine. Get your seat all the way down. Now it kind of smooths out a little bit up here. You still kind of want to be maybe right side of the trail through here, maybe this middle section. The middle section's a little chunkier, the right side of the camera. It's a little bit smoother, but you don't want to be too close to that bush either. Kind of going up right through here, almost at the top. Now you do in this top section here, this whole part, it's pretty chunky on this side. The middle is usually about the best, like right through here, or you can even go to that right side of the camera off that line. It's just if you go on that right side, kind of puts you on a bad line and it puts you into that bush that we just walked past. Definitely not this left side though. This left side's super chunky. I mean, you can do it, but if you're going fast, usually right down the middle where the camera's pointing is the best spot. So come right up through here, a little chunky, anywhere through here, you know, just want to stay kind of in the middle area and to the top. And now for the top section. Okay, so we're going to do this next section from the bush up to this next corner to where my camera, the trail kind of bends out of camera view, so we're going to break it up. This section is not too difficult. It's pretty flat as long as you stay in the middle of the trail. You don't want to get too far to the edges. Kind of come down, you know, go right through this line here, right through the middle. You'll be good. It's pretty flat. It's a little bumpy, but no drops or anything like that. Just a little bit of a rock gardeny kind of roll around section. Again, this is kind of where you can pick up a little bit of speed. Make sure you stay on that back brake. Don't hit that front brake. Kind of feather that front brake if you really need to. So to get to this section here, it's kind of a couple different ways you can come. You can come through this little section here, which is a little off camber, meaning it's kind of slanted a little bit. It's a little bumpy, not too bad. Or if you want, when you get to the bottom to where this bush is right here, you can kind of hit this outside line where there's a little bit of dirt and it's a little bit flatter. Then you can come straight through here towards the camera. Walk up just a little bit farther. I usually choose somewhere here in the middle. You don't want to be too far on the left side of the camera or the right side of the trail, because it gets pretty chunky over there. Down this middle part, kind of slow down a little bit up to here. Going up, doing the middle section. With my foot. We're gonna walk up at the bottom of the Nar Garden. We're gonna walk up and kind of see the line here. I'm gonna stay off to the right just a little bit, just in case anybody comes down. But this is probably the hardest part of the entire section here. You can see, like right in here, there's some really deep ruts, but those are the ruts that you kind of want to go through. You're going to see the line kind of at the bottom here, and it goes up this way. I'll take a picture of it and highlight it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. It's pretty much right down the middle, the line you want to take. Now, granted, it's a pretty rough line, and you're going to be moving around. Definitely. An enduro bike would be best. You know, probably 150 mil, 160 mils of travel up front to get through here. I mean, I'm sure anybody can do it. My buddy Derek used to do this on a hardtail, so it's doable. You can see it's a little smoother through this part here. Coming through, you can kind of go through a couple little spots here, but you're going to see it's going to be a smoother as you're coming down, especially the first time. It's going to look smoother. There's some dirt. There's still some dirt in the bottom of some of these little ruts that will smooth it out a little bit. But just kind of coming through this section, little smooth part here. Definitely stay off your front brake. Just ride that back brake as much as you can. You're going to come through this little section right here. Go down. Now this part is a little difficult because you want to stay out of this rut right here. That will definitely mess with your tire. You either want to come through this part, or you want to go over this high part and then come back down through here like this. Definitely stay out of that rut that's in center frame right there. And then the rest of this is it's pretty smooth. You know, like I said, you're going to stay down the middle part of it. If you get too far to the right or too far to the left of this line right here, it's going to be pretty bumpy. I mean, you can do it, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So you stay right along this line. You can see like skid marks and tire marks, all kinds of stuff here. This part is kind of off camber, which makes it a little bit more difficult. But you can tell I'm out of breath a little bit. It's just bumpy. There's no real ruts you need to stay away from. Just kind of stay down the middle. You don't want to be too close to the edge here because there's like a nice little 2-foot drop off into the dirt over there. And if you're too far right on this side over here, it's really bumpy. So you just stay down the middle again, right where the camera's pointed, as you come around this bush we're walking towards up here. Alright, so I'm going to head up and I'm going to do this bottom section from the tree up in the top all the way down to the bottom of the Nar Garden. This little section is not too difficult, but I did want to kind of point it out a little bit. Typically the line I take is when you come off of this corner, you stay right along the right hand side, right along those bushes. It's a little rocky. There's a couple of little shelves that you kind of got to roll through a little bit. It's not too difficult. Like I said, just stay on your back, keep your weight back, and you'll be fine. If you want to take a little bit of an easier line, you can kind of come out around this way. It's a little flatter, but you do need to go slow because it's kind of off camber. You're going to be turning right and the hill is sloping to the left. But you can come this way, it's a little bit flatter, and then just kind of roll through this little dirt section here and go out that way. So the main thing about this section is not so much going over the rock garden part, but it's setting up to be in the correct gear for the next section that we're going to go to. You don't want to be in too low of a gear because you're going to have to climb real hard. You don't want to be too high of a gear or too slow of a speed to go up the next section. You probably want to be somewhere in the middle. You know, like I have a 12 speed, so I'm usually like probably 5th from the bottom. Now that we made it past the hump after, I don't know, like 7 takes, the rest of the trail is, for the most part, pretty easy. There's a couple of little sections where there's an easier line and a harder line. I'll show you those real quick. Probably not with a secondary camera, just with just GoPro footage. You're coming through here, little turn here, little minor rock garden. Pretty mellow through this part. Little up. This is all of the switchbacks right here. This little downhill spot. Nothing bad at all. Just a little bumps and lumps. Same thing through here. Just stay on that outside edge. You definitely want to use the berms if you're going fast through here. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was a swarm of bees. All right. Cruising through this spot. Careful on this turn right here. That's usually really loose. Kind of want to take an inside line, not the line I just took. Definitely use these berms right here. You got an exposed turn right here a little bit, and then this part, kind of go through this line, pretty easy. Now the easier line is over here to the left. You're just going to kind of roll over these rocks, come down. Pretty loose sand there, so be careful. And go back up. Fast forward through all this. Oh, there's a lot of sand right here. I don't know if you can see that on camera. They must have filled that in. That's not cool. Not with sand. You can go right or left here. I usually go left. I come straight across into this. This is a roller. You can launch it though. It's maybe about a 2-foot little roller drop. Here you can go left, or you can just roll off of this. You can see how slow I went. You just want to, like I said, stay back. Then we got 2 quick turns, and then the no brake section. Now this section here is going to be, it's typically really rutted. This section right here, you're going to go down, and there's a left-hand turn. When you're going pretty fast, a left-hand turn can be kind of sketchy. It's kind of off camber, and it's really rutted and bouncy. I'm going to go real slow and show you the easy line. The hard line is pretty much anything fast. You can go slow, and it's not very difficult. Go relatively slow here down the left-hand side of the trail. Got my butt off the seat. Got my weight back. Got my rear brake engaged. Got my elbows bent. You can see it's not too bad. It's actually been smoothed out a little bit, looks like, from the rain. But when you're going twice the speed, it really chatters. You want to stay out of that middle section. You can be on the right side or the left side here, but down the middle is where the water damage and rut is. Definitely want to stay out of that. And we're at. All right, back of the car after 2 successful loops around Rocket. The first loop was all of the breakdown. The second loop I did pretty much full speed, except for the one guy that I rode up behind, and he went over the handlebars. I'll show you that as well. Hopefully you guys like all the breakdown and all the different camera angles I got today. If you have another trail in this local area that you want me to break down, leave me a comment down below and I'll try to get to that trail. I know someone asked me for a car wreck previously, but car wreck is shut down right now due to the storm damage. Trying to get over to Aliso Viejo and do shoots as well. So let me know in the comments. All right, thanks for watching today's video. Do all that fun stuff. Give me a like, leave me some comments, and if you could, please subscribe to the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks a lot. At the top of the downhill section of Rocket, gonna do one run through full speed, well, close to full speed. I'm a little tired after all that climbing, doing the video stuff and the video parts. I'll go all the way down one shot, add that into the video. Let's turn the bell off because that's annoying as hell. Woo! Some of those turns, man, it's a lot of sand. Oh, look out for the cactus. Oh, some sand right there at the top of the Nar Garden. I didn't want to turn into that. Middle section, not bad. Coming into this. Oh! Whoa! You okay, man?
Yeah, fine.
Sorry about that.
I heard you coming behind.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna like get that close.
No, it's fine. I probably was gonna look backwards.
Gotta make sure I'm in the right gear to make the hump. Whew. Oh my God, that guy went over hard. Got to use the berms. Stay to the outside right here. Watch the sand in that turn. Kind of mellow through here. Give your hands a rest real quick. Woo. Real loose in that turn. Got to stay real tight on the inside. And I always manage to go outside. Couple more turns. Got to stay on this inside line. Woo. It's a lot more bouncy at full speed. All right, one piece.